This is our third demonstration on MSI. In this demonstration, we will look at how do we connect to the SQL Server with the help of MSI. In most of the cases, developer or the architect design the application wherein to connect to the database or the application database, you require to connect via the connection string, which consists the username and the password. In most of the cases, the password used to be the SQL Server administrator password, which is not the good practice, because if the administrator username and password is going to be compromised, then the entire SQL Server or the database is going to be compromised. No matter if you are storing it in the Key Vault, it's going to be risky always. So how do you mitigate this situation wherein you are connecting to the SQL Server or any other database which is provided by Azure with the help of MSI? Just to bear in mind, I'm talking about connecting to the Azure SQL Server, not to the on-premise SQL Server, because our MSI will work between the Azure service instances. So if you are using on-premise SQL Server, this same practice may not be applicable over there. For this demonstration, if you have the application code written in the .NET, then you will require to use these two NuGet packages: system.data.client, Microsoft Azure Services.app authentication. These are the NuGet packages which we can use to connect to the SQL Server with the MSI. And while connecting to the SQL Server, what we are doing is we are calling the Azure Service Token Provider, and we are calling the database service, which is the HTTPS database.windows.net. This is the service we are calling. So as I demonstrate you in the previous demo, that if you call this service, basically the call will go via the Microsoft Backbone IP, which is 169.244, 169.244, which is 9 routable IP address. And with the help of that call, you would be able to get the access token, and the access token will be stored here in this particular variable. Once you have the access token, you can use the access token to connect to the SQL Server. This is the sample code which demonstrate how do you connect to the SQL Server. So in our previous screen, we have captured the access token. So now here in this line, we are going to take the access token, and once you have the access token assigned to your connection string, you can open the connection, write the query, and read the data. This is what like you do in your previous cases. The only difference is, while connecting to the SQL Server, if you look at carefully, I'm not passing any username and password data. I'm just passing the data source, which is the name of the SQL Server, and the database name. So it will work as is, like it used to work in your on-premise cases, with the initial catalog equals to use without username and password, right? Use the inbound connection, use this service principal to connect to the to your database. So the same principle we are applying here with the help of MSI. So we are passing the access token here so that it opens the connection, read the data, and then it's display the data on your screen. This is how it is going to work. So no need to provide any username and password. So I'll jump into the demonstration how it works, and I'll show you how do you read the data. For my demonstration, I'm going to use the PowerShell, because the virtual machine which I'm using in my demonstration, in that virtual machine, I do not have any .NET install or Visual Studio install on which I can run this particular code. So I'm going to use the PowerShell command, but I'll invoke the same line of code with the help of PowerShell. So it actually doesn't matter which language you use. Let's jump on to the demo. So for this demonstration, I have the SQL Server and the virtual machine. Virtual machine is the same virtual machine which I was using in the previous demonstrations. In the previous two demonstrations, we have seen that how do you connect to the SQL to the storage account from the virtual machine, and how do you connect to the key vault from the virtual machine. In this demonstration, we are trying to see how do you make connection and read the data from the SQL Server with the help of MSI. In order to connect to the MSI from the source service, first thing you need to do is make sure you have the Active Directory administrator setup. This is not mandatory for running the MSI. I'm just setting up the Active Directory administrator just for this demonstration. So what I've done is on the server, I've made myself as an Active Directory administrator on this SQL server, and now I'll go back to the database. So I have the sample database configured in this SQL server, which you can see here. So two things you need to do is let me connect to the SQL server, and that's the reason I've used the Active Directory administration, because so that I can connect my I can use my Azure account to connect to the SQL server while using the Query Explorer. Though you can use the SQL Server administrator username password as well if you want to, so it's totally optional. Now, in order to allow MSI to read your data or to connect to the data or database, you need to first grant the you need to create a user account in the database, right? So in the previous videos we have seen that the MSI works through the role-based access, and then you need to go to the role-based access to read and write the appropriate data or appropriate with the appropriate permission, right? But here in this case of in the case of SQL Server, first of all you need to create a user in the SQL Server. So you need to run a couple of commands. So the very first command is going to be create SQL user. So this is what the command is. So here create in the create SQL user, we are basically providing the name of the MSI. So this is the name of my MSI service principal, and we are calling okay create user from the external provider. By running this command, I should have the user created. I've already run the command, so I don't need to rerun it again. But after that, next command you need to do is after creating the user, you need to run and add a role for the MSI user. So in this case, we are going to add the data reader role for the MSI account. Once these two commands are run, you are good to go to read the database records. So at the moment, I have the persons table in this database, and if I run the record from select a star from persons, then I should have the records available. Let me see that how many records I have. As you can see, I have two records here, and now in the demonstration what we'll do is we'll try to connect to the SQL server from our virtual machine, and we'll see if we are able to get the records from there as well. So I'm back on my virtual machine, and this is what the code we are going to use. It is the same code which I have shown on the slide presentation, wherein we have the .NET code written, which is trying to connect to the SQL server and retrieving the data. So as you can see that I'm using the 169.254.169.254 IP address, which is again a non-writable IP address, which is used by Microsoft Azure services in order to communicate to the backend APIs. So in this case, the backend API is the Azure database service, which we are using to connect to the SQL server. Now, once you do that, what you can do is you can create the access token. So let me run this command. I'll show you if it has created the access token. So the command has run successfully. Let me show you if it has got the appropriate access token. So this is what the access token we have got, which proves that your command is working fine, or your REST API call to get the access token is working fine. Now next, what we are doing is we are using the access token in the SQL connections like this, and then in place of connection string, we are providing the name of the data source, and the initial catalog, which is the name of the database. And instead of passing the user principal or username and password, we are just passing the access token itself, right? I'll share the entire code on my GitHub page and provide the link in the video, so that if you require, you can take a reference from there. But this is how you should use the MSIs. You don't need to use any username and password. You don't need to store the connection string in the keyboard. Yes, you would like to store the connection string, but you may want to store the connection string like this instead of storing the connection string with the help of username and password itself, right? So next thing is simple thing. We are creating the reading the top 5 record from the person table. So let me go ahead and run the command entirely, and I'm expecting two last name records. So if you see that, select top 5 last name from person's table. So if I'm going to run that, I'm expecting 2 records to be returned from this query. As you can see that I have got 2 record, which is the last name from those 2 person. And if you match or compare with the database result, it is matching exactly as it is expected. So now this demonstration proves that how do you use the MSI in order to connect to the SQL server and read and write onto the SQL server with the help of MSI without having need of US source code, without having a need of secrets basically. I hope this makes sense and helps you to use MSI and the SQL Server. We'll see you in the next demonstration wherein we are going to use Azure function for reading the data with the help of MSI. Stay tuned. Thank you very much.